buenas tardes. Dios nos bendiga en esta tarde de jueves. Bueno, aquí estamos ya nuevamente haciendo otro video para todos nosotros, gracias a Dios. Otro día de muchas tormentas, pero damos gracias a Dios que estamos bien, ¿verdad? A pesar de las tormentas y los fuertes vientos y las lluvias. Ayer estaba en un área donde hubo tornado y estaba muy fuerte la tormenta, y acá donde estamos también hubo advertencia de tornado y también tormentas bien severas. Pero gracias a Dios que hasta acá el Señor nos ha guardado y nos ha protegido, y esperemos en Dios que el resto del camino no tengamos que lidiar con más tormentas. Pero bueno, como decía ayer, eso es parte de la naturaleza, y la lluvia es necesaria para los cultivos. La lluvia es necesaria para los cultivos, y desafortunadamente, ¿verdad?, estos cambios de clima traen otros efectos, como son los tornados. Y los tornados traen destrucción, y algunas veces, ¿verdad?, también traen muerte. Cuando andaba en todos los caminos, experimenté también muchas veces el lidiar con tornados y tormentas. Y sí, da un poco de temor, pero siempre ponemos nuestra confianza en Dios. Como pueden ver, el cielo todavía está bien negro, está cargado de bastante lluvia, había muchos rayos y el agua estaba bien fuerte, así que confiando en Dios primeramente. Estamos acá en el estado de Illinois y vamos con ruta para Michigan, ya, gracias a Dios. Así que esperamos en Dios que nos lleve con bien, y esperemos que el tráfico tampoco esté tan pesado. Bueno, un poquito temprano, son casi las 2 de la tarde acá, área local, de aquí, del centro de Illinois. Y espero en Dios que su día esté viéndole fabuloso, bendecido sobre todas las cosas, porque tenemos la oportunidad de, como les digo siempre, de abrir nuestros ojos y saber de que Dios nos ha permitido un día más en esta tierra. Eso es una bendición muy grande. Ayer tuvimos, para aquellos que no estuvieron presentes ayer en el video de ayer, ahí está el video, ¿verdad?, en los archivos, de cómo estaba ayer la tormenta de fuerte. No les voy a negar, sí me dio un poquito de temor, pero uno siempre pone la confianza en Dios. Somos seres humanos, tenemos temor, no somos de hierro, ¿verdad? Eventualmente vamos a tener temor porque no sabemos de qué lado viene el tornado y los vientos fuertes. Y ayer veníamos vacíos completamente, no traíamos nada en el contenedor. Ahora traemos un poco más de carga, y cuando veníamos a entregar el producto agarró la tormenta y estaba bien fuerte el viento, y por lo que veo más adelante parece que vamos a estar lidiando nuevamente con más lluvia. Me entran las notificaciones donde me dice en qué áreas hay bastante tormenta y qué tan severa va a ser. Pero bueno, solo hay que confiar en Dios. Muchas gracias a las personas que nos saludan, a las personas que nos siguen, a las personas que se han suscrito al canal de nuestro Señor Jesús. Así es, porque este canal es de nuestro Señor Jesús. Este canal fue creado con el propósito de hablar de la palabra de Dios primeramente y compartir con ustedes el área donde vamos, parte del camino que llevamos, las odiseas que muchas veces nosotros los conductores tenemos que pasar debido al tráfico o debido también a algún accidente, muchas veces debido a las inundaciones en el verano, en la primavera y en el invierno. Tenemos que lidiar muchas veces con la nieve, las ventiscas, etc. Esta es nuestra iglesia rodante. Celia, Dios te bendiga. Muchas bendiciones. Gracias por saludarnos. Y no hay nada más hermoso de saber de que podemos recibir la bendición de Dios a través de su palabra y que podemos poner toda nuestra confianza en Dios y que podemos hablar con Él. Podemos hablar con Él y podemos decirle aquello que nos está quizás agobiando, perturbando o las situaciones que tenemos que enfrentar en el diario vivir. Y lo bueno es que Dios siempre está ahí presente. Ahora por la mañana que venía conduciendo, siempre me gusta darme un tiempo y hablar con Dios y decirle a Él, ¿verdad?, cuánto necesito de Él cada día y que me permita Él seguir creciendo más espiritualmente, que me permita el seguir avanzando más y más y más y más en el aprendizaje de su palabra y no solamente para mi persona, sino también ayudar a otras personas que quizás se sienten de la misma manera, que están buscando tener un momento con Dios a más profundidad, pero quizás no tienen ni idea cómo hacerlo o por dónde comenzar. Y el primer paso que nosotros tenemos que hacer es pedirle perdón a Dios por todo aquello que hemos hecho que no ha sido de agrado para Él y decirle que sea Él guiando desde ese momento que nosotros le pedimos perdón y que lo invitamos a Él, a su Hijo Jesucristo, que venga a nuestras vidas, que entre a nuestros corazones. Es pedirle la ayuda para que Él nos siga guiando en el camino que debemos de llevar. Porque recordemos esto, por nuestras propias cuentas nosotros no vamos a poder. Podemos intentarlo, pero muchas veces las situaciones de la vida, las batallas que tenemos que enfrentar, los problemas, las circunstancias que muchas veces nosotros tenemos que enfrentar, todas esas situaciones nos pueden mente. El enemigo es astuto. Satanás sabe cuáles son nuestras debilidades. Y es por eso que tenemos que nosotros estar en constante oración para que no caigamos en tentación. Y es lo que el Señor Jesucristo nos ha invitado a hacer, que oremos y velemos para que no caigamos en tentación. La vida del cristiano es un proceso, no voy a decir que es un proceso fácil, tampoco voy a decir que es un proceso, pero cuando nosotros nos humillamos completamente y como dice mi papá, nos rendimos completamente a Dios, cuando cuando nos rendimos completamente a Dios y dejamos que sea Él, escuchen bien, que sea Él, absolutamente, completamente Él, llevando control absoluto de todo aquello en nuestras vidas, nuestras batallas en esta tierra van a ser un poco más moderadas. Yes, I do. How you doing, Sharon? How are you? Welcome, welcome. Entonces, eso es lo que pasa. Muchas veces nos damos por vencidos. We are talking, Sharon, about how wonderful is the love of God for all of us. And how can we trust Him all the time? Hey, how you doing? How are you? El amor de Dios para nosotros se puede ver y Él lo puede demostrar de diferentes maneras en nuestras vidas. Así es, en nuestras vidas. Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. We are right now in the state of Illinois, and we are heading to Michigan right now. Oh, you did? Okay. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the advice, to be safe. 25 years? Yeah, that's a long time. Es mucho tiempo. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. God bless you. Dios te bendiga. Most of my videos, guys, just to let you know, most of my videos, and that I have in the archive in this channel, are in Spanish. Sometimes I do speak English. Algunas veces hablo inglés, and sometimes, I preach also in English. Y algunas veces también predico en inglés. And sometimes I'm going to have to translate from English to Spanish or from Spanish to English. I'm doing good. Estoy bien, gracias. Thank you for asking. Gracias por preguntar. How about you? How are you? ¿Cómo estás tú? We were talking about, how marvelous is our Lord Jesus Christ. That's what we do in this channel. We talk about the love of Jesus. We talk about the love of God. We talk about His mercy, His compassion, and how He protects us from situations like I had yesterday in Joliet. I was in Joliet, Illinois yesterday when we got hit by a tornado yesterday in that area. And it was crazy. But God's hand, was all over us, protecting us. No, I don't do west anymore. I used to. Ya no voy al oeste. Antes sí. I stay more like in Wisconsin. God bless you too. God bless you too. I stay in Wisconsin area, Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan. I go to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, and then I go to the upper area in Wisconsin. I used to do the West Coast, California. I used to go to Colorado, Utah. Basically all the states. Yeah, not anymore. Oh yeah, I did Pennsylvania. Yeah, of course I did Pennsylvania. I did Carlisle, Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Oh yeah. I did a lot of the East Coast as well. New Jersey, New York, Maine, Albany, you name it. I did all over the states. Yep. hice Pensilvania muchas veces. I did a lot of time in Pennsylvania, Nueva York, New Jersey, Ohio, Montana, California, yeah, Georgia, Florida. Oh yeah. And now I'm here in Illinois. Oh, don't even go there. Philadelphia. I didn't like it. I did not like it, to be honest with you. No me gustó mucho Philadelphia. I mean, not to drive a big truck. It was challenging. It was really challenging. Fue un reto muy grande. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you had to be extremely careful in Philadelphia. Oh yeah. Not anymore. I used to. Yeah. Nevada. When I was with my trainer, we went to California. Yeah. And then we did the West Coast, and then he told me that I needed to gain experience in the East Coast. So we started going to the East Coast. Comencé a ganar experiencia en la parte oeste y luego comenzamos a ir a la parte este. Guy, I'm gonna be translating, okay? Because I also have people that speak Spanish, but they don't understand the English language. So I'm gonna be translating. So I apologize for that. No, don't be sorry. I mean, it was a good experience. Fue una muy buena experiencia. Being in Pennsylvania. In the mountains, actually, it was a good experience. Fue muy buena experiencia. And like I always said, everything happens for a reason. Todo lo que pasa con un propósito. Todo lo que pasa con un propósito. So, it was good. I mean, actually, when I was in Pennsylvania, delivering products, I say it was a good experience because give me the motivation to be aware, to be aware of what was around me all the time. Okay. Entonces eso me dio la motivación de siempre tener mucho cuidado cuando estaba entregando productos en el área de Filadelfia. One time I went to a Phillies game actually right there, and we were delivering a load, and I remember it was a Friday, and the place was closed. There was a game that night, and my trainer and we went to the game. It was fun. Estábamos entregando una carga ese día y estaba cerrado y había un juego, me acuerdo esa vez allá en Filadelfia, y mi entrenador y yo fuimos al juego y fue algo divertido. It was actually, it was super fun, yeah. But anyway, so yes, I did OTR, for 4 years. By myself, and then I did 3 months with my trainer. Yeah. And now I'm just stay right here in this area. So I don't go anymore to the West Coast. I don't go to the East Coast. I don't know. Maybe in the future. God's willing. Uno nunca sabe. You never know. Y es por eso que tenemos que poner siempre nuestros planes en las manos de Dios. And that's why, we had to keep, all of our plans and ideas and goals, put everything in God's hand always, yeah. I ask God every day for every driver out there, that is behind the wheel, delivering product away from their families, and I asked the Lord, to protect them as well. Y yo le pido al Señor cada día por todos los conductores, para que sea Dios protegiéndolos. And not just here in the United States, I'm talking about worldwide, a nivel mundial. There's drivers, all over the world. Okay, you have a good day now. God bless you. Bueno, volviendo entonces al tema de lo que estamos, ¿verdad? Hablando, ya que estamos hablando un poco, we're talking about how we doing, things. My favorite truck. Well, let me see. I drove Freightliner. I drove Volvo. I drove Kenworth. And the one that I have right now is 579 Peterbilt. And I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it. Me gusta mucho. Me gusta el Peterbilt. I drove International as well. Yeah. I think Peterbilt. I mean, I like the Peterbilt. Yeah. To be honest with you. Me gusta mucho este tipo de brand. El Peterbilt is a nice truck. Yeah. I would love to have one day a 379, 379 18-speed Peterbilt. Yes, they do actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they ride, nice and smooth. Yes. Es muy suave el recorrido en este vehículo. And I like them. I do. Yeah. And there's a lot of space, inside as well. So pretty big, to be honest with you. So it's comfy. It's comfy. And super strong as well. So I would like one day maybe to try, a Western Star. Those are nice trucks as well. The Western Star. I haven't had the chance, to drive one of those. Maybe in the future, you never know. Not really. I mean, this is a 2024. Yeah, this is 2024, and the way they designed this truck actually, is pretty cool. La manera en que ellos diseñaron este camión es nice. Es muy bonito. Yeah. Truck, to be honest with you, I can tell the difference. Like when I was driving a Freightliner, when I was driving a Freightliner, I drove for like 11 hours and I was beat. My body was like aching. This one, I can do 11 hours, without no problem, and I feel okay. I don't feel like super tired like when I was driving the Freightliner. Really? Okay. I mean, I tell you what. My advice to you, just put everything in God's hand. Ask the Lord. If that one, if that what He wants, you can ask Him. So, and how it is out here nowadays. People is distracted. Las personas están distraídas. A lot of people, they're not paying attention, to the driving part. Muchas personas no ponen atención cuando están conduciendo, and it's getting worse every year. Every year is worse and worse and worse. If I have the opportunity to retire, trust me, I will. Créeme, lo haría. Yeah. Stay away from these roads. Yeah. I have total experience driving a truck. Total experience, 23 years. Yeah. Es lo que tengo en total, 23 años en experiencia completa. So it's been a long time as well, but and I'm pretty sure that you miss the driving part as well. But nowadays, like I said, it's different. It's different. If you remember when we started driving trucks, 25 years ago, we didn't have GPSs. We used maps. We used the Atlas. Man, that was a really powerful lightning right there. Usábamos los mapas, usábamos el Atlas, no había GPS. Honestly, to be honest with you, if I'm doing everything like I'm supposed to, si estoy haciendo todo lo que tengo que hacer, de acuerdo a lo que hay que hacer, I'm not worried about the camera, to be honest with you. Camera doesn't bother me because I'm not doing nothing, that is going to put myself in a dangerous situation, or I'm going to put another, person in front of me or beside me or behind me, in a dangerous situation. If you notice, I try always to keep a good distance. See my distance right now? La distancia es muy larga. I have plenty of space right here. I got plenty of space. I'm not going too fast. For condition, voy despacio, no voy muy rápido. And if I have the time, si tengo el tiempo, if I have the time, I just take my time. I mean, I don't need to be in a hurry. Actually, I never did, and not even when I was OTR. If I've encountered problems, I used to call my manager, my fleet manager, and I told him, hey, listen, can you move the appointment to another day because this happened, and it's I'm gonna be running behind in my clock, so I just want to let you know. It's all about communication. Todo tiene que ver con la comunicación que uno tiene con sus jefes. Así que, wow, the wind is really strong right now. Woo. Yeah, it is strong. You can feel it pushing me to the left. Hello, Lambuzona, how are you? I got your... Okay. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you for letting us know why you cut. You must be from India. Curry rice? Yeah, but now it's different. Ahora es diferente. Todo ha cambiado. Yeah, it was fun. You're right. Before it was different, Before people was polite. Now it's different. Nowadays people, they don't want to be polite. Nowadays people, are always in a hurry. Siempre apurado, and then when they got mad at you or something, you become number one in their lives. When they flip you off, you become number one. Yep, that's what I said. I'm number one now. California. All right. We are in Illinois right now. We are heading to Michigan. Dealing with the rain and the wind and the storms and traffic. Yep. Yeah, you got that right. I've still seen him. Yep. I still see those guys. Believe me. Oh yeah. Hmm. And they have the, and they also, I seen drivers with the flat screen TV right there in the windshield. Can you believe that? Tienen el televisor de pantalla ahí enfrente, el plasma, y it's crazy. It's really crazy. Yeah. And they're watching movies, watching movies and watching TV shows. And unfortunately, yeah, I was gonna say that it is dangerous, and also unfortunately, that causes accidents. Hola, Adrian, how are you? Are you in Michigan right now? Are you in Michigan, Adrian? Hopefully it's not raining, all the way over there. It really gets. Oh no. I'm in Illinois. I'm in Illinois right now. I'm heading to Michigan. Yep. Heading back to Michigan from Illinois. Dealing with the wind because it's really strong right now. So far so good, not too much traffic until now. We'll see ahead of us how it's going to be. In the meantime, I'm just gonna take it easy because this wind actually is blowing all over the place. But anyway, yeah, you're right. Before it was different. Now it's completely, everything changed. It's not fun anymore. I think nowadays it's more stressful because you need to be aware all the time, about the people who is actually driving beside you. You gotta keep checking your mirrors all the time because otherwise you're gonna get hit. Yep. That's a long drive. Yeah, Peoria, Illinois to New York City. Wow. Yes, I don't blame you. The traffic's crazy over there. It don't matter what time of the day or night, there's always traffic. I remember one time I went there about 2 a.m. in the morning, and it was like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Traffic was crazy. Never stopped. People from New York, it's like they don't go to sleep. I'm just saying, Porque no duermen. They don't get tired, I guess. Right? That's why they call it the Big Apple. Yeah. $19.99. Wow. It's a long time. That's a long time when we used to have manuals, transmission in the trucks. Nowadays, everything is automatic. Yeah. Oh yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happens. You're right. Yeah, you have to be extremely careful, and it's gonna be depending also where you're delivering to. So. My trainer and I, we used to deliver there in the Bronx and Brooklyn, and he always say, make sure that you have one eye open and the other one closed when you're sleeping. Yep. Oh, me too. Definitely. I like manual, yeah. I like stick shift, yeah. I mean, like you said, the automatic is okay for the traffic, especially right here in Chicago. Or if you go like to big cities like New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, California, Houston, Texas, yeah. Automatic are nice, but I prefer the stick shift, especially if you're gonna be going in the mountains. I don't know. I cannot rely in a computer, all the time, how to control my speed and the gear going in the mountains, going down the mountains. I don't know. All right, the rain is now really hard. See a brake check ahead of us. Yesterday was raining hard too, Yesterday was raining so hard, and the wind was blowing so hard that I had to avoid the construction barrels in my lane. I was basically, zigzag in the highway, making zigzag in the highway because all the barrels that got blown by the wind right in my lane. It was crazy. And I couldn't stop anywhere because, it was a construction zone and the rain was really heavy. I couldn't see, basically nothing. And it was not safe for me to pull over and try to park in the shoulder. Yeah. You can see the video. The video is right there in my archives. It's from yesterday. It was wild. I'm telling you, man. It was crazy. And I had the wipers in my truck all the way, to the 5-speed, and it was still that. I mean, the rain was so heavy, so heavy. I was praying, because I didn't know where the tornado was, where exactly the tornado was. So we couldn't see anything. Yeah, check it out, yeah. It was like a sunny day, it was sunny day. When I left the customer yesterday, it was sunny day, nice and sunshine. And suddenly the sky, turned dark. And then I got the warning for the tornado warning in my computer and my tablet. It was saying, look for shelter. It was crazy. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I used to haul potatoes from Oregon in that area too, Washington. I used to haul potatoes, and those are heavy loads, super heavy loads. I used to haul potatoes. I used to haul lumber, also lumber. Yeah. You know what I didn't like about going that way in the wintertime? Chaining the trucks. I didn't like that part. And I said, no more. If I had to change the truck, I'm going to park my truck, and that's what I did. Alfonso, ¿cómo te va? Dios te bendiga. God bless you, Alfonso. Yes, yes. Chains, you got that right. I didn't like that. Yeah, it's too much work. Yeah. And I remember what my trainer said, if you have to change the truck, it's better for you to park it. Hello, Jackie, how are you? And that's what I did. I parked. I said, no more. No more. You know, one time I was in Nebraska. Yeah, I was in Nebraska. I was going to California, and it was snowing in 80. I was in 80. It was snowing so hard that I had to park. You know, I had to park, and I spent 3 days and 3 nights in the truck stop. Yeah. And another time, you know, there was an ice storm. There was like an ice storm, and they shut down the highway. They closed down the highway. Nobody could drive. Let's see if I can move over. To the other lane. Thank you. Thank you for letting me in. Appreciate that. Thank you. And they were saying earlier today was gonna be, you know, stormy day today again. That's alright. I just take my time, like I say, and I'm not in a hurry. I'm not under no pressure. I just take my time, you know, especially with this weather condition. It's not a good idea, you know, to go fast. A lot of water builds on the highway, and then you can hydroplane. If you hydroplane, you're gonna jackknife this truck. You know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah, you too, be safe out there, you know. God bless you. Thank you. Same here. It was my pleasure talking to you. Yes, guys, this is, wow. I think it's gonna be like this all the way. It's gonna be raining all the way. And I always say this, we need to be thankful to the Lord always. God is good always. All the time. Yes, He is. Remember, you know, to click the bell so that way you can receive the notifications when we do in our videos. And also, you can receive the notification when we're doing our videos, you know, when we're in the church on Sundays. So that way you can, you know, if you want, you know, to be with us, you know. Whoa, that was a really strong line right there. Sundays we do our the broadcasting from the church, and we start our service at 11 a.m. Michigan time. Just to let you know, guys, you're more than welcome, you know, to join us that day. The service is in English, and we do the translation from the message from English to Spanish because we have a lot of subscribers in this channel that don't speak English, so we have to do the translation. And sometimes I do videos in English and then I'm translating to Spanish. Hago los videos en inglés y luego tengo que traducir al español. Like I told you, you know, a lot of people in this channel, you know, they don't speak English. Muchas personas no hablan inglés, so I have to do the translation from English to Spanish. Tengo que hacer la traducción de inglés al español. But that's okay, pero está bien. You know, nothing wrong with that. No hay nada malo con eso. I'm blessed that I can, you know, I can do both. Entonces soy bendecido que podemos hacer ambos. It makes me happy. Y me hace feliz because, you know, we're preaching in Spanish and we also preaching in English. Porque estamos predicando en español y también estamos predicando en inglés. So, that's a good thing. Eso es bueno. Look at this traffic. Miren este tráfico. Miren este tráfico. Crazy, isn't it? And it's only 2:30 right here, guys. 2:30 and the traffic's already, you know, crazy. This is Illinois. Sigue el tráfico acá en Illinois. If you hear around 3:30, 4:30, believe me, it's gonna get really, really worse. But I'm just taking my time. Solo me tomo mi tiempo. I'm not, like I told you guys before, I'm not in a hurry. I got another 5 hours to drive. So, otras 5 horas más para conducir, you know, plenty of time to drive. Plenty of time to just chilling, you know, enjoying the weather. Relajarme, disfrutar el clima. Actually, the weather is nice right now, you know, maybe I stop in the truck and buy me a cup of coffee. Or cocoa. Ooh, that sounds good, actually. That sounds delicious. Hot cocoa. With this kind of weather? Yeah. Este clima está bueno para un cafecito, una cocoa caliente. Oh yeah. You know, a hot cocoa with marshmallows. That sounds good, actually. Put marshmallows in the hot cocoa. Man, that's delicious. Sería delicioso. And I think it's gonna be raining all the way because I can see far down the road all the way. I can see the clouds, you know, all the way. That's okay. I just want to get out of Illinois right now. Once we cross the border to Indiana, Illinois, Indiana, we're good. Traffic is less. Cuando ya cruzamos la frontera de Illinois con Indiana, ya está mucho mejor el tráfico. It gets better, actually. Let's see what the sign says. Congestion 2 miles ahead for 2.5 miles. There we go. See, told you. Comienzan los tranques. Comienzan los tranques. Thank you everyone who is watching right now. You know, we appreciate, you know, the support you guys, you know, give us. And thank you all the people that subscribed, you know, to the channel. Remember, this is not my channel. This is when I create this channel, you know, this channel was created actually to preach about God. Okay? Para predicar sobre la palabra de Dios. To talk about salvation. And this is Jesus Christ channel. That's how I call it. And my father, named the mobile church, Nuestra Iglesia Rodante, because this is what it is. Actually, this is what it is. It's our mobile church. Yep. And sometimes, we talk about also, how the job is up here, how we feel sometimes about the situation that we're going through in our daily lives, how do we feel sometimes about, things that is going around, in our lives, things like that. And if any of you guys, have any prayer request, do not hesitate, and send us a message right here. And I will be praying for you guys. I will be praying for every, request that we see here in the channel. And then I will tell pastor from my church, the church I go to, to add the prayer request to the list of prayer that we have. So just to let you know, because sometimes, algunas veces, we need, people to pray for us. Las personas oren por nosotros. I mean, I ask people to pray for me. Yeah. So I ask people to pray for all the drivers out there. It doesn't matter if you are Christian or not, if you're Muslim or Catholic, even if you are atheist, we have to have respect. It's all about respect, If you respect me, I'm gonna respect you. And of course, there will be always people that they're not agree about what we're talking about, But that's okay, We're human. We have agreements and disagreements, right? Siempre vamos a tener acuerdos y desacuerdos. Entonces, every mind, like my mother used to say, every mind is a world. Cada mente es un mundo. Let me go to the other lane. This traffic is. So, cada cabeza es un mundo. So every head is a world. That's what my mother used to say. But that's okay. We're human. We have agreement and disagreement. We have people that are happy. We have people that they're not happy. We have people that they like to smile. We have people that they like to be grumpy all the time. That's the way it is. That's the world. Ese es el mundo. We don't live in a perfect world. No vivimos en un mundo perfecto. No, of course not. It's not such a thing of perfect world. It was perfect before the man committed sin, because God created, everything that he did was perfect. But when the man committed the sin, what happened? Everything was completely destroyed. Yep. But here we are. Aquí estamos. Siempre poniendo nuestra confianza en qué? En Dios. We have to put our trust always in God. All the time. Todo el tiempo. It doesn't matter what time of the day. No importa qué hora del día. It doesn't matter what time of the night. No importa qué hora de la noche. It doesn't matter if it's Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday. It doesn't matter. No importa, what day of the week it is, or how many years, or what year is it, no, or what month. No. We need to keep, putting our trust in the Lord always. Tenemos que poner nuestra confianza en Dios siempre. Siempre, siempre, siempre. All the time. Todo el tiempo, guys. All the time. Todo el tiempo. Believe me, in this job, I've seen a lot of crazy things, He visto muchas cosas locas. Even myself, I've been in accidents that were not my fault. He estado en accidentes que no fueron mi culpa. And those accidents that I had, I saw God's hand protecting me and protecting the people who were involved, in those accidents. And trust me, it's not a pretty sight. No, it's not. And it's scary too, guys. It is scary, you know. And I'm grateful, estoy agradecido con Dios que Él me ha protegido en esos accidentes. En esos 3 accidentes que he tenido, Él me ha guardado. And I'm very, very grateful to the Lord. Oh yes, indeed. Claro que sí. Y siempre voy a estar agradecido con Él. And always, I'm always going to be grateful to Him. Always. All the time. So now we are rolling again. We're moving again. Estamos moviéndonos nuevamente. Tenemos que orar cada día. We need to pray every day. For ourselves, por nosotros mismos, for the people that we love, por las personas que nosotros amamos. We need to pray for the church that we go to, por la iglesia donde vamos. We need to pray for, pastors, evangelists, missionaries, people who work in ministries, people who take the job to go out and preach about, God's love. And we need to ask the Lord for protection. All the time. Todo el tiempo. Pero hay mucho por qué orar, sinceramente. Hay mucho por qué orar. Miren. Okay, look now. It's better now. I see the sunshine ahead of us. It's a beautiful sunshine ahead of us. Let me pass this guy. He's driving a little bit slow. Pero I'm gonna pass him. The wind's still strong though. The wind's still strong. Bien fuerte el viento todavía. Right hand side is sunshine and left hand side is dark. Completely dark. Person, that lane is going to be ending, so I'm going to slow down because that lane is going to be ending and he's not pushing the gas. See how slow it's going now? There you go. Now I'm going to have to brake because he is going super slow. Not even a turn signal. How to use the turn signal nowadays. It's not there for decoration, it's there for a reason. Right? This wind is really strong, guys. Fuerte el viento. Super strong. Hello, Abdullah. How are you? 7636. How you doing? Seeing you again. I saw you yesterday, right? Yeah, you were here yesterday. That's good. It's another rainy day. stormy day, because I can see ahead of us it's gonna be raining again. Yeah, see those clouds to your left? That storm right there. We're gonna hit it. We are going to hit it, guys. Gonna stop from fuel. Then I'm gonna pause the video when I'm fueling, and after I done fueling, I'm gonna come back again, just to let you know. Or I'll probably end the video, and then I will reconnect again, because actually I don't know how long it's gonna be taking me to fuel. And like I was saying, I want some coffee. The weather is actually a little bit chilly right now. Here we go. Aquí vamos. Aquí vamos, guys. Hey, the traffic's moving pretty fast, so that's good. Super heavy, he's hauling all those cars. The waves pushing him down the hill. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, you know, when you have the desire in your heart, you know, to support us, the way that you can do it, you know, give us, you know, give us your support. It's gonna be, you know, subscribing to the channel. That's it. You know, when you have the desire, you know, to subscribe, you know, do it. Don't hesitate. You never know. You never know. You know, like I said, God has purposes in our lives all the time. What purposes? I don't know. But trust me, He has a purpose for all of us in this life. I'm gonna stay connected until we hit the truck stop. Then I'm gonna end the video when I get there, because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna fuel the truck, and I wanna go inside and buy me some coffee. And after I finish doing what I'm doing, I'm gonna come back and reconnect again, just to let you know, guys. You know. We still have yet about probably another 45 minutes, I believe. I think it's like 45 minutes before we hit the truck stop. All right. We are in the state of Illinois. Estamos en el estado de Illinois, vamos para Michigan. Well, it looks like it's not going to be raining ahead of us, which is good. Actually, no, let me see. It's not going to go east, so we'll see. We'll see when we get there. I'm not worry about it. Raining or not, eventually we're gonna know when we get there. – 71 degrees right here right now, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 89 earlier, and now it dropped to 71. Hello, Kristen. How are you? That's good. That's good. Thank you for saying hello. If we have health, we're happy and we are good. If we have health, it's a blessing. If we're not in the hospital, it's a blessing. If we are not sick, it is a blessing. So we should be grateful. If we have the strength to get up in the morning, that's a blessing. If we have the opportunity to open our eyes and listen to the birds, singing in the morning and see the sunshine coming through our windows, in a bedroom, that's a blessing. If we have something to eat in the morning, for breakfast, it is a blessing. If we have a job and the opportunity to work, it is a blessing. So everything that we have is a blessing, and we need to be grateful to the Lord. Yeah. The other day I was preaching about what we do when we get up in the morning. Actually, when we wake up in the morning, the first thing that we do when we wake up in the morning, what do you guys think it is? The first thing that we do when we woke up in the morning? Most people, the first thing that they do when they woke up in the morning, I'm not saying everybody, okay? But the first thing that people do when they woke up in the morning, it doesn't matter if you're Christian or not, but the first thing that we're supposed to do when we wake up in the morning is to thank God for the opportunity that He gave us, through the night, the rest that we had through the night, and the opportunity to open up our eyes and receive another brand new day. I'm heading to Michigan right now, Grace. I'm heading to Michigan. I'm not in the East Coast right now. And I'm not planning on going to the East Coast. Not yet. I'm in Illinois right now and I'm headed to Michigan. So like I was saying, like I was saying, this is the Midwest, my friend. I always do. I always try to drive safe. God is my pilot. Illinois in the west, my friend. Well, if you're coming from the west, it's going to be to your east. Right? But if you're here, you're in the west, and I'm going to Michigan, so that means I'm going east. Thank you, Grace. Thank you. I always try to drive safe, and be careful out here. Oh, you're in the west. You're in Pacific time. The time is in California right now. Let's see, it's 4 o'clock in Michigan, so we have about 3 hours difference. So right now in California it's 1 p.m. Right? It's 1 p.m. right now over there, I think. 1 p.m. in the afternoon. drive trucks there? Do you drive trucks in California? Okay, like I was saying. Oh, nice. Okay, so you drive one of those, like, do you drive like the small trailers, like the 48 or the 53 footer? I'm assuming you got a 48 because you gotta go to, if you're local, you have to deliver in different places. Yeah. All right. See the traffic? That 36. Okay. Not bad. Oh, look at that, guys. Traffic stopping again. Look at this. Wonder what happened. Hopefully it's not an accident. Okay, so like I was saying, so the first thing that most people, do in the morning when they wake up in the morning, is to, grab their cell phone and then they start looking, at the news, at the weather, and this and that. And the first thing that we're supposed to do when we wake up in the morning, is to be thankful to the Lord that we have the opportunity to see another day. But believe it or not, most of the time, we're not grateful. Really, we're not. We are ungrateful. Look at the traffic. Okay, there's one truck right here. There's another truck over there. I wonder what happened. Why he pulled over on their shoulder? That's my question right there. All right. Well, it looks like we're gonna hit the rain. I thought it wasn't, but we are going to. Driving in California, Adrian, is rough, buddy. It is rough. Last time I went to California was in 2006. And I'm not planning on going back, not at least in a big truck, but that was the last time that I went to California. I stopped being over the road back in 2008. Yeah, I was over the road. You go to Mexico too? Across the border to Mexico. I seen the other day I was fueling. I was in Michigan and I was fueling the truck, and I was talking to some drivers from Mexico. Yeah, I was asking them, how long it will take them, to go back, from Michigan to Mexico, and they said 28 hours, something like that. I said, wow, that's quite a drive right there. Yep. Hello, Tim. How are you? Yeah, I mean, there's no reason, to be speeding. What for? That's why sometimes, I laugh about people, because we're in the traffic jam, okay? And then people cut you off, and they push the gas. and then they cut you off for what? For no reason, because they're gonna end it up behind another truck or another car ahead of them. So that's really unnecessary. Hello, Secret. How are you? Oh yeah, that's right, Tim. Yeah, take life and take it easy and enjoy the ride. That's what it is. Enjoy the weather. Life is short, and if I had the time, to if I had the time to make it to my destination without putting myself in trouble or any other situation, trust me, I will take my time, buddy. I'm not in a hurry at all. I enjoy the weather. I enjoy my driving parts. Oh yeah. I even enjoyed when I see people doing, things they're not supposed to be doing, like driving like a maniac sometimes for no reason. And then I see people, getting mad because another guy, cut him off. And then, like I was saying earlier, this world is going crazy lately. When I work the night shift, when I'm working the night shift, and then I come here to Illinois, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, or you see a lot of those races, they doing like those races in the highway, driving crazy young kids, racing in the highways, and I'm pretty sure they realize how dangerous it is if you lose control of the car doing 130, 120 miles per hour, and then you hit a trailer. I mean, that's it. You're not going anywhere. You're doomed. Hello, Ella. How are you? See, like this. Okay, for instance, look at this traffic. Okay, where we are right now, and then suddenly these people start cutting me off, and then push the gas so hard just to go behind the blue car that is in front of me. Really? Okay. Oh well. Well, this is not my channel, like I told you guys before. Um, Believe it or not, when I created this channel, um, I just came from a situation in my life that I was talking to God, and I was telling him that I need to do something with my life that will not just help me, but help people out there. And I said I want to preach about you. I want to tell people about you. I wanna talk to people about the love that you have for us. Even though, I mean, like I told you before, we have disagreements and agreements. Some people, are okay with listening, about the Lord. Some people, are not okay about listening about the Lord. But I respect everybody. It's all about respect, you know. I have friends from different religions. I have friends that don't believe in God, and they are my friends. I have friends that they're Catholics. I have friends that they practice other religions, but we respect each other, and that's the good part right there. It's all about respect. Exactly, team. Yeah, you got that right. And believe it or not, sometimes when I'm driving at night, and I'm not doing these videos, I'm talking to God, and I talk to Him, and most of the time, I told God, how I feel sometimes, and sometimes, I ask the Lord questions, and it is amazing how He can actually, answer it back in different ways. And then you realize that nothing is impossible for Him. Nothing, you know. So about 2 years ago, actually almost 2 years ago, it's gonna be now that I created this channel, and we also call it like the mobile church. Most of my videos, like I told you before, there are a lot of videos that I have, but they're in Spanish. But when I have the opportunity, to talk to people in the English language, I do it as well. We all deserve, a second chance in different situations. And believe it or not, we need to be praying a lot for everything that is going on nowadays in this world. Look how many conflicts. Look how many wars we're having now. A lot of wars. Look. If you pay attention and you look around, around you, and you see what is going on in this crazy world, the hate in the human race is increasing more and more and more and more every day. I was saying yesterday, there's no generosity nowadays, from one human being to another human being. People don't want to help each other anymore. And that's really sad, isn't it? It is sad. It's all about ourselves. That's it. Yep. So basically, the new generation, what is learning somehow, is to be selfish. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. Yep. To have self-control. Actually, the pastor from the church was talking about that Sunday in the sermon, Sunday, that we need to have self-control in many situations. Yep. And you're right, Tim. Hate is not that once. Actually, hate is controlling a lot of people nowadays. Yep. Sometimes I watch videos about road rage, on these roads. And then I've heard in the news that this guy pulled out a gun and shot another driver because the other driver cut him off. That's the solution nowadays. I had the right to take another life. No, you don't. But it's for the same thing. Hate is increasing, and love for God, it is diminishing. It's less love nowadays for God and for your neighbor, and hate is increasing more and more and more and more and more every day. Every time I turn my TV and I start watching the news, oh my gosh, it's like, you know what? I don't want to hear this anymore. Well, I'm just gonna pray. All you hear, in the news is like, 42 years old was shot in this and this and that. 19 years old, went to prison, for life because this and this and this and that. That's all you hear. violence and violence and violence and violence. Youth nowadays, they don't have, you know, not all of them, but youth nowadays, they don't have respect, you know, for the elders. They don't have respect for life. Youth nowadays, you know, they think they're gonna live forever. It's not like that. You know, everything has a limit. Everything has a limit. Believe it or not, it's true. You know, the other day, one of the person that I was watching the channel, you know, in the Spanish, you know, part, he asked me, "Why are you preaching about God? I mean, why are you preaching of something that you don't see? How do you know?" And then he said, "How do you know that God is actually real if you don't see Him? How can you trust, you know, in your God?" He said, "In your God, when you don't know if your God is real." And then he said, "What if you die today and then you go to heaven and then you find out that there was no God?" You know? I said, "Well, if I die today and I go to heaven and I find out that there was no God, hey, at least I tried dying that there was, I die, you know, I mean, at least I died trying that I wanted to find out if there was a God or not. But what if I die and then I didn't accept Jesus Christ as my Savior, right? Because I thought there was no God, and then I die and then I go to heaven, and then I find out when I'm there that there was a God, but I didn't accept Him in my heart as my Savior. What's going to be happening to me? I'm going to lose it all, everything. So I'd rather take the chance dying knowing that there's God and one day I'm going to see Him face to face than die knowing that I believe that there was no God, and then I die, and then I find out that I went to heaven, and then there's God right there. Right? Amen. So, what changed? I mean, what will you take? Which one? Which choice? Do you want to die knowing that there's God in heaven? You know? And one day you're going to see Him over there? And then you die knowing that there's a God there? Or you want to die believing that there's no God, and then you go to heaven and then you find out there was God, that the God is there, and then you're going to lose basically everything, even your salvation, because you deny Him. Just like the Apostle Peter did. He denied Him 3 times. How many times we deny Jesus? How many times we denied the Lord? Many, 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 many times. Believe it or not. And we can deny Him in different ways. If you're doing things you're not supposed to be doing, you are denying Him. If you're not doing the job that He told you to do, you are denying Him, and you are being disobedient. And disobedient, God doesn't like people who are disobedient. What do you think the Lord punished, His own people, Israel? Because they didn't obey the Lord, and they want to do it their way. after they saw after they saw what they what they saw, all the miracles that he did for them, you know, they were still being disobedient. So I told you about my friend. He's an atheist. He doesn't believe in God. All right, he doesn't believe in God. And I said, brother, you're my friend and I love you. And I respect your opinion. But I'm going to keep telling you that God is real. Even though you don't like it, I'm going to keep telling you that God is real. Even though you don't believe in it, I'm going to keep telling you that God is real. Dios te bendiga. Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. Muchas bendiciones. Porque Dios es real. God is real. Just like the wind. We don't see the wind. You don't see the wind. I mean, the only way that we know that the wind is there is because we can see the leaves, of the trees moving. We can see like the construction barrels from yesterday flying all over the highway, with the tornado situation that we had. And we know that the wind is there. I don't see them physically, but I know the wind is there because it's blowing the trees all over the place. God is the same way. God is real. We don't see him, but we can feel him. Pero podemos ver a Dios de diferentes maneras, but we can see God in different ways. Oh yeah. Especialmente cuando ponemos toda nuestra confianza en Él. Especially when we put our trust, completely our trust in Him. Let me ask you something. Déjeme preguntarle algo. Have you put your trust in Jesus Christ completely? ¿Ha puesto usted su confianza en el Señor Jesucristo completamente? If you haven't, si no lo ha hecho, siempre es un buen tiempo para hacerlo. There is always time to do it now that you're alive. Hello, Martin Lawrence. How are you, my friend? ¿Cómo estás? How you doing? From Ireland. Wow, nice. Thank you for saying hi. God bless you. Now that we have the opportunity to go down on our knees and pray to the Lord, ask Him, for forgiveness, this is the time. I'm not going to force you to do it because, salvation is not something that you're going to get by force. No, salvation is personal. Salvation is going to be your choice. I can talk to you about the Lord. But it's going to be up to you if you want to accept Him as your Savior in your heart. Yo puedo predicarte del Señor, pero va a depender de ti si tú quieres aceptarlo a Él como tu Salvador personal. Thank you. You too. God bless you. Be safe out there if you're driving a big truck. And thank you for, greeting us this afternoon from Ireland. God bless you too, and God bless your family, and God bless your life and your job and everything that you do, We need to remember that God is always watching us. Even when you do bad things, God is watching you. Oh yeah, don't forget about that, guys. No nos olvidemos de eso. Dios nos está viendo aun cuando hacemos cosas malas, and that's why He said, God, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, that's what He said when He was on the cross. Forgive them, Father, because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, no sabía. Eso fue lo que el Señor Jesucristo dijo. Perdona a los padres porque no saben lo que están haciendo. And he was dying on that cross, and he was asking his Father for forgiveness because we didn't know what we were doing. And still, nowadays, we don't know what we're doing sometimes. ¿Y saben qué? And you know what? Creemos que nosotros podemos engañar a Dios. Sometimes we think that we can deceive the Lord. We cannot deceive the Lord. Never. You hear me? Never. There's no way that you can deceive God. We can be deceived by the devil. Podemos ser engañados por el diablo. But we cannot deceive the Lord. No podemos engañar a Dios. And we cannot hide anything from the Lord. Y no podemos esconder nada de Dios. And I meant anything. Cualquier cosa. Just remember that. You could be doing bad things, you know, that your friends probably don't know, your family don't know, or maybe your parents don't know about it, or maybe the pastor of the church don't know about it, you know, or maybe the priest, if you're Catholic, that you know that you go to church too, and then you you confess in mass, you know, and then you know, but you don't tell everything that you're supposed to, and you hide in it. But you cannot hide anything from the Lord. Nothing, guys. I walked away from the Lord many, many years of my life. Yo caminé lejos de los caminos de Dios muchos años de mi vida. Many, many, many years. And that's why I'm here right now talking to you about His love, the opportunity that we have to be saved. You know why? Because when I walked away from the Lord, my life was completely changed. Cuando yo me aparté de los caminos de Dios, mi vida cambió completamente. Yes. I was angry. I was grumpy. I was unhappy. I didn't smile. I didn't care about the church. I didn't care about God. I didn't care about people who were going, you know, to worship the Lord. I wasn't interested, you know, in being in the church and talking about the Lord. I didn't pay attention to the advice that my mom and my dad gave to me. It was my way always. Era mi manera de ser siempre. My way. And you know what? ¿Sabe qué? No me importó nada de Dios, no me importó nada de la iglesia, no me importó nada de mis padres. Everything was different in my life. Todo era diferente en mi vida. And you wanna know a secret? ¿Y quieres saber un secreto? I suffered. And a lot. Sufrí y bastante. Yes. I suffered because I didn't listen to my mother. I didn't listen to my father. I didn't listen to people that cares for me. You know? No me importó los consejos que yo recibía de las personas que me amaban y que me apreciaban. Muchas veces no escuché a mi papá, muchas veces no escuché a mi mamá. And guess what? ¿Y adivine qué? Do you think I was happy? ¿Te crees que yo estaba feliz? No. I wasn't happy. No estaba feliz. At all. Del todo. I didn't care about God. I didn't have any interest in about God. no tenía ningún tipo de interés en las cosas de Dios. No me importaba si Dios era real o no. I was basically sucked in sin. All right? It was like a quicksand. Sin is like that. It's like a quicksand. Once you put one foot in it, and then you put the other foot in it, guess what's gonna be happening? The more you move, the faster you're gonna be sinking. The more you try to fight to come out from the quicksand, the faster you're gonna be sinking. And the devil, Satan, he's not your friend. No, he's not. Satan, he doesn't want you to be happy. No. Satan, he doesn't want you to have a relationship with the Lord. Satan, all he wants is to destroy you. Destroy your life. Destroy your marriage. Destroy the relationship that you have with the Lord. Destroy everything that is good before God's eyes. Eso es todo lo que el diablo quiere. Destruir todo aquello que es bueno. Todo aquello que es bueno ante los ojos de Dios. Guys. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to criticize nobody. No. Okay? Whatever life or whatever matters you have right now in your life, like it doesn't matter how you live in your life right now. That's something that you're gonna have to find a solution yourself, asking the Lord how He can change your life. Me personally, I'm not gonna say that I don't care how you live in your life, because that's your own choice. But I can tell you that I prayed for every person that watched these videos. I prayed for every person to take the time to listen and watch these videos. And I told the Lord, I don't know them personally, but I know you do. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing with their lives, but I'm just asking you, to take control of every situation they're going through. Y es lo que yo le digo al Señor. Le pido por cada una de las personas que miran el canal, por cada una de las personas que nos van a ver en un futuro. Yo no estoy aquí para juzgar a nadie ni criticar a nadie. Cada quien tiene el derecho de vivir su vida como la quiera vivir. Hola, ¿qué tal? Andrés Díaz, Dios te bendiga. Spain. Welcome, Spain. So, like I was saying, the way that you live in your life is your choice. It's only two ways, guys. Dos caminos. Right hand, you can follow Jesus. Left hand, you can walk away from Him. It's up to you. I walked away from Him. That's my choice. A long time ago. All right? For many years. I made the decision to go to the left instead of going to the right and stay straight. But guess what? God brought me back. And God is good all the time. Dios es bueno siempre. I don't know how many of you, yo no sé cuántos de ustedes, that are watching me right now, or that are listening to me right now, that are listening to the Lord, talking through me right now. I don't know how many of you, maybe you're thinking, you know what, I think it's time. I think it's time to do something different in my life. Yo pienso que es tiempo de hacer algo diferente en mi vida. You know what? ¿Sabes qué? I think it's time to let the Lord, take control of everything in my life. Pienso que es tiempo de dejar que sea Dios tomando control completamente de todo aquello en mi vida. Or maybe you're saying, now I understand why I feel so tired all the time. Or now I understand why I feel sad all the time. Or maybe you will say, now I understand why, I don't feel happiness in my life, or why I feel lonely most of the time. Y eso es lo que vamos a decir muchas veces. Ahora ya entiendo por qué me siento solo, por qué no me siento feliz, por qué tanta soledad, por qué esto, por qué lo otro. Remember this. Recuerde esto. I'm just going to tell you this. Remember this. If you have Jesus Christ, in your heart, believe me, your life is going to change completely. Oh yeah. It will change completely. But it's not up to me, guys. You have the choice in your hands. No depende de mí. Usted tiene la respuesta en sus manos. I cannot force you to accept Jesus Christ as your Savior in your heart if you don't want to. That's your choice. Tu decisión. Solamente tuya. Only your choice. Not mine. I did mine 5 years ago, when I decided to follow Jesus again. Cuando decidí seguir a Cristo Jesús nuevamente, after being away from His way for many years. And when I say many years, it's like many years, since the age of 12 until the age of 45. Yep. But it's up to you. Maybe right now you're going through a lot of situations in your life that you don't know what's going on. Quizás en este momento usted está pasando por situaciones en su vida que usted no tiene idea del por qué. No, James, I'm right here in 294 in Illinois. You know, all the highways are similar, right? No, but I'm right here in 294 in Illinois. Just think about California. Greetings to California. Thank you, James. Thank you for saying hello. A lot of people from California today. We had greetings from Ireland and Spain. Amazing. The United States, Europe, You know, see how beautiful is the Lord. You know, God is everywhere, guys. God is everywhere. He's in Ireland, He's in Spain, He's in California, He's in Michigan, He's in Illinois. He's everywhere. He's in Asia. Oh, talking about praying for our neighbors. Please, guys, keep in your prayers the people from Philippines. I don't know if you heard about the earthquake that they had, and it's really sad. You know, those situation happens. You know, earthquakes happens, and people suffer. So please keep them in your prayers. Keep all the people from Philippines, you know, in your prayers. You know, people die in earthquake. People die in fire like the one, you know, that you guys had in California, James. You know, a few years back. You know, people die in tornadoes. You know, people die in tsunamis. You know, people die when a volcano erupts. So people die when, you know, when it's like flooding. And that's why we need to pray for the entire world, because those situations happens, guy. You know, and we need to be ready. We need to be ready. Yep, all the way to San Francisco, all the way to East Coast, Pennsylvania, New York. I think Pennsylvania, that's when it ends. Yep, 81, 80. Yep, 76. All those highways, they're long, 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 long. Yep. How's the weather? How's the weather over there, James, in San Francisco? What's the temperature right now? Right now, right here in Illinois, we have 72 degrees Fahrenheit. About over there, about 110. Is it raining over there or not? It's been raining like crazy right here in Illinois and Michigan and Indiana, probably Ohio too, and Wisconsin. Yeah. A lot of traffic right now, to be honest with you. I don't know why we're stopping. Oh, that's not bad actually. 80 is good. You know, it's decent weather. Better than Arizona for sure. Arizona gets hot. Super hot. So is Laredo, Texas. Oh, nice. Well, not here. You can see the sky is already dark. We already had a storm, you know, earlier today and yesterday as well. And a message just came in my tablet saying that it's gonna be strong winds. So that's not a good sign. All right, I need to move over. It's time to move over. I don't know what's going on with this traffic, but this is crazy right now. We need to keep rolling. It's not like California traffic, James, you know. Over there never stop. Over here it's decent sometimes, but sometimes it gets crazy too. Especially for the holidays, like the 4th of July, Memorial Weekend, Labor Day weekend, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Look at this traffic. Now everybody's stopping again. It's not raining here right now, but I can tell like right away that it's gonna be raining ahead of. I could go different routes, but honestly, it's not gonna do me any good right now. It's 3:47 here in the afternoon, so even if I go a different route, it's not gonna do me any good because I'm gonna hit a lot of traffic going that way as well. I'm just gonna stay here and drive alone. That's it. I know different way around. I can go different or different. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What are you doing? Waiting to the last minute. I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that we have right now this kind of traffic. But I think it's because it's, the rain ahead of us is causing all this delay. That's what it is, guys. I guess it's fun, huh? It's fun to be driving in this. Oh, I know. I know California is no joke. Yeah, I know. And that's why I stay away from there. Well, I don't go there anymore. I was telling another guy that last time I was in California in a truck. It was in 2006, long time ago. They have too many regulations for trucks. Well, let me ask you. I think the speed limit is still 55 for trucks over there, right? 55? I know it was 55 back in 2006. Still the same, 55 for trucks? But they change it. It is. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. Like I said, I mean, this is now actually around this time of the day. I don't see, this much traffic. Must be probably an accident or something ahead of us. But, or like I told you, maybe the rain, the storm, is raining hard, ahead of us. So people start, slowing down. I think that's what it is. As long as we're moving, I'm okay with that. Like I say, I'm not in a hurry anyway. I'm gonna drive until my hours, are almost done, and then if I had to shut down, I shut down. That's it. Yep. I have 11 hours to drive. I'm gonna drive until I'm about 10:30, 10:20. Start looking for a place to park, and then, keep going the following days. It is what it is. It's not gonna change anything. Something must be happening, I'm pretty sure. Let me ask them. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. Let me find out. Hey, what's going on over here, Eastbound? What was that? Still 55? Wow. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah. I think the only time that we didn't have any traffic on these highways was back in 2020 when we had the pandemic. I remember going through Chicago, through downtown Chicago, and I crossed downtown Chicago in 5-10 minutes. I remember that time. It's crazy. Oh really? What's the price over there for diesel? Over here in Indiana it's 5.59 the gallon of of diesel. 5.59. Well, we're moving. I mean, we're not moving fast enough, but we're moving. That's good. All right, you wanna come over, buddy? I'm gonna let you in. Come on. Go. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Man, that's crazy. No, right here in Indiana, the prices for gasoline, it range about $3.85, I think, right now. And diesel about $5.95, something like that. Hey Rick, what's going on? This is in Illinois. We are in the state of Illinois. I don't know if you're talking about the traffic or you're asking about the prices for California. Either way. Those prices are nuts. They're crazy. Wow. My goodness. I should have gone the other way, but oh well, it's too late now. It's not. I should have. Either you do it or you don't. I should have doesn't exist. Either you do it or you don't, right? Would have been the same thing anyway, because like I said, all this rain is actually causing all this delay. to see how far this backup is. What's going on? Give me a minute, guys. Okay, don't go anywhere. Stay right here. Bear with me just for a little bit. All right, I'm back. I was looking. All right, yes, still a little bit. Traffic backup, but we're good. We're good. It's just traffic, guys. Can you believe that? Wow, that's actually not shocking for me that we have all this traffic right now. Yeah, I feel sorry to be honest for you. To be honest with you about all the owner operators. It's not easy for them. Actually, I have few friends that they are owner operators and they are struggling. They're struggling really hard right now, and I cannot imagine how all these owner operators are dealing with this situation. And for the people actually also that they had to travel, like maybe 1 hour, from their home to their jobs, and then 1 hour back, or maybe 2 hours, drive one way and then the other way. It's crazy. This prices is affecting. Yep. That's what I'm saying. We need to keep in our prayers and our prayers. Everything, the economy of this, not just this country, the economy worldwide. There we go. Now we're moving again. Check this out. Nice. Now we're slowing down again. Slowing down and moving and slowing down. Yeah, that's why if you have a truck, you gotta have a DEF now in the truck to go to California. If you don't have DEF in your truck, you better not even try going to California. Yep. If your truck is old, like old, it cannot be there. So I don't know how those guys that they owned truck from the 1980s, how they're managed, working, with those trucks over there in Cali. I don't see no turn signal. I'm going. I'm gonna let this guy in. Maybe he wants to come in. He was trying to. Come on, buddy. There you go. I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that see, that's crazy, buddy. That's crazy. Yeah, they do the testing part and everything to see if they pass or failed. The emission, right? Yep. That's why my friend, he stopped from 2013, and he didn't want to add the DEF in his truck. So he said, I'm just gonna stay here, but I'm assuming there's gonna be, nationwide mandatory to have the system in the trucks, so like the truck that I have right now, I mean, it's 2024. Definitely, I do have the system that they require in California. Now you're gonna stay in that lane because you're not supposed to be in that lane, but you decided to jump in that lane because you wanted to be in that lane. I believe it, yeah. They do inspection here too. They do a lot of inspection right here, yeah. But California, I know California is crazy about and strictly, and they actually, enforced those regulations for sure. And I don't blame it either. I mean, it's crazy over there, all the smoke that you guys have, And then all the wildfires, also there's another situation you guys have to be dealing with, wildfire. I was in the UP right here in Michigan last week. Yeah, I was in the UP last week, and they had warning for wildfire, and you can see like the smoke in the distance. It was crazy. See, if we're not dealing with rain or storms, we're dealing with wildfire or something else. All right. Yeah, I'm assuming the fines over there are pretty high too. If you're not complying with with the regulations. That's what I'm saying. It must be really difficult for owner operators, to. Look at that. There's U.S. food. I was talking to another guy in the channel. He said he works in California delivering for U.S. foods. Yeah. Adrian. His name is Adrian. Yeah. Adrian. There he goes, Adrian. There's the company you're working with. U.S. Foods. Delivering products to restaurants and other places, hotels, hospitals. Look at this traffic, guys. This traffic's crazy. I believe that guy is still in the left lane. He's gonna get a ticket for being in the left lane. That's a no. You're in the left lane, you get pulled over, that's a ticket for sure. And a big one too. Yeah, I'm surprised about this traffic, guys. It's crazy. It's not even Friday yet. Tomorrow is Friday. All right. Let's see if now we're gonna keep rolling for sure. Nope. Brake lights ahead. I see brake lights. I think also there's like a lot of water on the highway, that it's been raining a lot, so there's a lot of water in the highway, and definitely people are gonna have to slow down. This is road work at 80, alright, round close. If you're not careful and you're driving too fast and then you hit the water, you're gonna hydroplane and then you're gonna lose control and that's it. Alright, now we're stopping again and again. You see the sky still, it's gonna be raining a lot, guys, ahead of us. You can tell it right now. Definitely, I'm gonna get my coffee. We stop. I need coffee. Definitely. Well, you know, that's not gonna be happening, buddy. I mean, it's good to have dreams. Nothing wrong with that. Like I told my friends, you know, it's good to have dreams, but that's not gonna be happening, my friend. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't appreciate what we do here, you know. What we drivers do out here. I'm not saying not everybody, but most people don't appreciate what we do. Instead, you know, they got mad at us, you know, because we're going too slow, we're passing another truck or something happened. But believe it or not, people don't realize that if this truck is not moving, or that truck ahead of me is not moving, or any truck is not moving, you know, they're not gonna have the product that they need. At the store. I told my friend, you know, people think that we're on vacation all the time when we're driving these trucks. People think that we don't get tired because, you know, we're sitting here all day long. Of course we get tired. Definitely we get tired. Oh, look at that now. We are rolling. You know, every day I'm, like I told my friends, every day, you know, I become a number one person in another person's life. You know, when they flip me off, you know, it's, oh, look at that, I'm number one now. Unfortunately, that happens. But I became number one for that person today. Yeah. You say, you're number one, look. You're my number one. All right. It doesn't bother me, to be honest with you. All right, we're moving again. Thank you, Jesus. the truck says, you trust our mission. Our mission is to deliver the products. See, now our traffic's better, guys. Way better now. I don't know why they were stopping. I mean, I don't see nothing here on the road. There's not even water. Yeah, I know, buddy. Like I told you, all highways, they look similar. They're like twins. Everywhere you go, you're gonna find a similar highway. If you go to New York, you're gonna find a similar highway. If you go to Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, you're gonna find similar highways. Yeah. Well, this is 8094 in Indiana now. We are in 8094 in Indiana. Yeah. If you go to Ohio, you'll be surprised how similar those highways they looks like. You know, to California sometimes. And, yeah. Hey, maybe they were designed by the same civil engineer, don't you think? And the guy moved from Indiana to California. Let me pass this guy. He's going too slow and he's in the wrong lane, buddy. You're supposed to be in this lane if you're gonna be going that slow, not in that lane. That lane. More traffic stopping ahead of us. Oh, I've seen those before, buddy. Trust me, I've seen them before, and they look like, I don't know, out of planet trucks, and I don't think they're gonna last too long, to be honest with you, James. I don't know how they're gonna manage those trucks. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep those trucks more like in the California area, you know, Arizona, you know, places where it doesn't, places like Florida, California, Arizona, you know, Nevada, all those places where you guys don't have snow. Some areas where you guys don't have snow, because I know you guys have snow in the mountains, but certain areas. But right here in Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, New York, I don't know, man. We have to deal with a lot of snow in these areas. A lot. And when I mean a lot, it's a lot. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be crazy. I don't think it's gonna last long. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you. If it happens, happens. And if it doesn't happen, well, it doesn't happen, you know. In the meantime, hey, just keep driving for now. Driving for now until we are employed, you know. see what happens. I've seen it before though. Yeah, I've seen those trucks before. Yeah, they look weird, to be honest with you. They look weird, they look funny too. But hey, I guess that's the future. That's actually what is waiting for us, the future. Just imagine, and I think they can travel. I think they can travel about 1,500 miles. I think with one charge. I think so. That's 1,500 miles right there. That truck is gonna be on the road by itself. Do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be safe? I don't know, man. It's gonna be risky, to be honest with you. A lot of drivers, they think they're not gonna be taken over, but you never know. I mean, they're trying them right now. That's what they're doing. They're trying them. We'll see what happens, right? Traffic right here. Yeah, I seen him doing YouTube. I like the colors, kind of blue, pretty cool blue. I think they use it. Some of them are whites too, so. All the cameras and sensors, you know, that they have. It's crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna be driving like right beside them, to be honest with you. I don't think that would be a good idea. Hello, dear Michaels. We are right here, right now in Indiana, and we're headed to Michigan. Yeah, we're in Indiana right now. Yep. '94 in Indiana, and another 3 hours and 38 minutes we're gonna be arriving to the destination, you know, God's willing. And if we don't encounter, you know, more problems or traffic or something else, you never know. You know how it is out here, you know. 1 minute everything is good, you know, running smooth, and the next one is like, boom. Completely shut down the highway. Toledo, oh yeah, I've been there before. I used to hold tankers out of Toledo to Iowa. Yep. Actually, when I go to Tip City, sometimes I go through there too. When I go to Tip City, Ohio, I go through Toledo. Yeah. And when I go to Cleveland also, I go through there. I go that way, yeah. It's nice town, Toledo is quiet. Ohio is nice. The only thing I don't like about Ohio, is the flat surface. You drive, it seems to me like that road never is gonna end. It's so straight down the road. You don't keep looking far down the road. It's like, man, really? But it's good for a change. Yep. Be safe out there in Michaels. Be safe. We have a lot of doubles and triples right here, but the majority of the triples and doubles, they use the toll road. They use the 80-90 toll road. You see sometimes right here, maybe doubles in this highway. It's really rare that you see a triple in this 94. This is 94 right now where we at. But 80-90 toll road, like going to Indiana and all that area, yes, you see a lot of them. Hello, Francesca. Yeah, it is hard, and nowadays it's worse. Well, I'm glad that you realize how hard it is for your dad, to be out there driving that truck. That's good. Yeah. PA, it depends what part of PA. If you go to the mountains, it's like you're in a roller coaster, up and down. Up and down the mountain goes. Yeah. If you go to Colorado, same thing. Yeah, PA has some mountains. I know because I've been there before, and I drove through there many times in PA. In Ohio too, certain areas in Ohio, there are some mountains as well. Like Highway 2 in Ohio, certain areas in Highway 2, like when you're coming from West Virginia, oh yeah, trust me, there are some mountains in that area, in Michaels, oh yeah. I was blessed, that I drove about 4 years all over the United States. So I've been all over the states, New York and New Jersey, area, okay. Yep, Buffalo, New York, Maine, Vermont. So I've been all over the East Coast and the West Coast. Yep. That's what I'm saying. I was blessed, because it was a good experience for me. Yep. My friend the other day, he asked me, when you planning to retire? And I say, I don't know, man. I mean, I kind of like doing this, but sometimes, trust me, it crossed my mind about retiring once and for all. But then I'm gonna miss the driving part and automatically change my mind. So I don't know. I'm just gonna, retire when I think, God wants me to retire. I'm just gonna keep driving, it's one that He gives me the strength. Keep driving a truck and, and keep providing, the goodies for the families in the United States, right? Good, good. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's it's a good experience, you know. I remember my first trip solo. I went from Grand Rapids, Michigan to York, New York. I was delivering a load of barbed wire. That was my first ride solo. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but like Francesca said, you know, you struggle out here. You struggle sometimes, especially when you start driving the truck by yourself at the beginning. Oh yeah, it's hard. And I'm pretty sure a lot of drivers who tried it before, they quit. They couldn't handle it because it's not easy. And nowadays, it's even worse. Oh yeah. Nowadays, it's even worse and more dangerous as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. Every truck driver out there, I think, you know, somehow, you know, they reach some point in their lives that they were afraid of something, like maybe like hitting a log bridge or getting lost, and there's no way around, and then you had to back it up like miles, and then that. Like yesterday I was dealing with the tornado thing, you know, in Joliet. But those situation happens. Those situation happens. All right. Okay, guys. I'm gonna stop here for fuel. I'm gonna fuel this truck, and then I'm gonna give me the coffee, like I mentioned early. And I'm gonna finish the broadcasting for now. When I'm done fueling and when I'm done grabbing my coffee, I'm gonna come back and I'm going to reconnect. So you're more than welcome, you know, to come back, you know, and chat with us. And that's why I always say, remember to click the bell so that way you can receive the notification when we're already, you know, doing the live broadcasting. Yeah, that was really sad. Yeah, I remember watching the news about that, and that was sad, honestly. Yep. And that's why we have to be careful, always. All right, guys, I will see you in a bit. Like I said, I'm gonna fuel this truck and grab some coffee, and then when I'm done, I'm going to connect again. So let me go to this pump right here since it's empty. That way we don't have to wait too long. There you go. Sweet. All right, cool. All right, guys, I will see you in a bit. All right.